Boys, lads, girls, everyone, you there, I'm talking to you. Do I have some news for you today? And before we get into that, why don't you subscribe? I see there it's unclicked, and I'm not about it. To start with a bad note, my boy Daniel Arzani. Daniel Arzani hopes to earn a Socceroos recall this year, especially with the Asian Cup coming up in January. However, it's taken a massive left turn as he unfortunately got injured and he's ruled out for the rest of the season with an ankle injury. This is a huge setback to this boy because he's 24 years old now, soon coming to his prime, but he's been riddled with injuries. And this has resulted in him, since failing in Europe, come back, he's been in and out of the MacArthur squad. We all know his ability to be a starter. It's just very sad to see, especially for someone that is praised so highly as him. For those who don't know much about him, Arzani was hailed as the future superstar, the next big Australian player to grab the mantle. As a teenager, he was scoring goals left, right and centre for Melbourne City as this fresh new young kid coming along. Managed to grab a spot in the 2018 World Cup where he also played games, and on the back of that, after signing, he had a few unsuccessful loan spells, got injured a few times. The tragic one was on his debut game for Celtic, tears his ACL, took him out for the whole year, and that was his first game as well, which is very sad to see. And he hoped to come to Australia playing for MacArthur, which would rebuild his reputation and hopefully get back to the Australian squad. However, his lackluster form has resulted in him missing the World Cup this year, and he faces an uphill battle to win his spot back for the next year's Asian Cup as he's injured again out for the season. There's a bunch of fresh young players coming through, and Arnie has also announced he has plans to try to convert people from other countries to Australia. So it's a lot more competition, his injuries, his in and out form. I wish him a quick, speedy recovery, and I want to see him back to the top, back in the playing for Australia again. Now, before you guys bite me on this one, I know, Dre, you talk about Australian news, Australian football, A-League, international ball for Australia, Why are you about to talk about a New Zealand guy? Because they're our brothers, alright? Look at the Anzacs, they're just like us. So sit back and relax on this one, alright? So, Wellington Phoenix captain Alex Ruffer is about to be one of the most rarest people in the world on one player club. You don't see that no more. Totti for Roma, Steven Gerrard, we'll ignore the little LA Galaxy little thing, but we'll ignore that. But he's one man, Liverpool. One man. Now, Alex Ruffer can also be part of that list as he signed a 3-year contract extension for the A-League club. The Swiss-born New Zealand international player will officially reach his second decade for the Phoenix, with his deal taking him to 2026. Ruffer made his debut for Phoenix back in 2014, but unfortunately has only made 115 starts at the time of recording due to his career being rattled by injuries. And most recently, the club has appointed him captain in 2021. However, he rarely got to show the captain armband because he got injured straight away for 9 months straight after. It has been a bit of a struggle for him. However, the club has faith in him. He loves the club, and he's a pretty decent baller. He's got 5 caps under his name for New Zealand. He's not a scrub and push around. He's got talent. But he wasn't the only person that also re-signed for Wellington Phoenix. The club has, in total this season, the club has re-signed 13 players. However, they are now halting due to speculation of Ufuk Talay, the manager, go to Melbourne Victory or going overseas. So until they get a definite answer from him, they will no longer be re-signing players just in case a new manager comes and they want to cater players to what he wants, which completely makes sense to me. Alright, enough from the injury talk, time for some better news. Ex-Socceroos captain Mark Milligan has landed a new coaching gig. The former player has had a great career playing in England, Scotland, and a few other cashed-up Asian clubs, including 4 different Australian teams. He's also been great internationally as well, with him being part of 4 different World Cup teams, being a part of 4 different Asian Cup teams, with him winning one in 2015 and also being a captain in one in 2019. Upon retirement, he transitioned to assistant manager for MacArthur. However, that never really went anywhere, and after that one season, Milligan began his coaching apprenticeship at MPL side St. George. However, that only lasted 1 season, as Adelaide United manager Carl Vert came calling, and he didn't hesitate in a second. He picked up the phone, "Yo, you wanna join me?" He was like, "Bet." And honestly, I think he'll be a great manager. He's had some great leadership above him. He's some of his biggest influences are Ange Postecoglou, the Dutch duo of Van Marwijk and Van Bommel. He states he's going to use this position to study and hopefully springboard his own managerial. And as I said in previous videos, this is perfect time for new managers or ex-players to get into management, as there's about to be a whole new division coming through that will need managers. And what better than a high-profile ex-Australian player and captain? And to the man everyone in the A-League knows, well, you definitely should if you don't. Perth Glory long-serving keeper Liam Reddy has agreed to mutually part ways after spending 7 years at the club and officially retire. The 41-year-old keeper joined the A-League club in 2016, making 154 first-team appearances for the club, which is the second in the club's history. Despite this season, he becomes second fiddle to another veteran keeper, Brad Jones. He's made 9 appearances this season, with his last one being the other day, with unfortunately being a 2-0 loss to Adelaide United, but it's Adelaide United, like, understandable on that one. Funny side of that is, that happened to be his 350th league game in the A-League, which that puts him 5th in the all-time ranking. And also, to add another cheeky stat in, he's had 90 clean sheets, which is the best of all keepers, full stop, in the A-League. Reddy hasn't announced yet what his plans are now he's retired. Honestly, I believe with all his vast experience in the A-League, I reckon he should go in coaching or management and help mentor the next generation, because who knows better than him of top flight Australian football? No one. To be the best mentor or ambassador or anything in that sort of that realm. If anyone's wondering on the Perth Glory side, the ex-Liverpool keeper Brad Jones will remain top spot. However, Cameron Clark will be moving to the number 2 spot. And that's all we have for today. Nice, short, cute, sweet. But don't worry, I'm about to record number 2 as we speak, so there'll be more coming hot and fast. Just you wait. And before you go, like, comment, subscribe, and I've got a gaming channel. Check that out too. Alright, see you next time for my Australian football news.